But now we're blocking the fire. Hi!
Well, we'll move over to the side. We can still go here.
Hi!
Fireside Chat. Oh, I have to go turn off. Okay, keep talking, hon. Say hi to everyone.
Oh yeah, we're pausing. I don't know if I like this t-shirt now. I liked it better on YouTube and on Facebook and Instagram.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
So tonight's word for drinking is still corn. So every time we say the word corn...
I was going to say, let's say football.
No.
But we won't say it.
No.
Well, watch, we're going to say it a lot tonight.
Well, it is the Super Bowl.
We could just say
today.
Super Bowl. Super Bowl could be the word for tonight.
Well, no, I like corn. Corn. Hi everyone, hope you guys are having a good evening. We are live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So hi everyone from everywhere, wherever you are. Tonight's is a fireside chat. Fireside chat.
Beside the fire chatting.
We're gonna talk.
It's not a real fire.
It's not a real one. Well, there's a fake one down
But
here.
there's another fake one down here.
We got a lot of questions. This is how many questions we got.
J-Lo is the drinking word tonight.
J-Lo. So we got all of these
I
questions.
really like her.
That reminds me of our niece.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of questions to go through. So like we said, this is a fireside chat this week. We are just going to be on here answering your questions. You can ask us more questions on the live chat in YouTube. Of course, Instagram and Facebook, we can't see you guys on the live chat. So if you guys do want to ask us questions, click the link that's on the video on Facebook and on Instagram. Just find us on YouTube and you can actually follow us there. So we can actually start with the first question.
I thought we always wait 5 minutes. Yesterday we
Oh,
waited 5
yeah.
minutes. Like he's all in a hurry today.
Hi,
My
everyone.
goodness. Breathe in, breathe out.
We've been very busy today.
Well, we have been, it was a busy day today.
Yeah,
It was a
we
good
did.
day though.
We had a really good day. We had lots of
It was
stuff
a
to
fun
share.
day. So how have you guys been doing
Yeah,
out
how's
there?
everyone doing out there today? Anybody have any celebrations? Anything that you
Who's
guys...
at a Super Bowl party?
Yeah, who's at a
Is
Super
anybody
Bowl
at
already?
or anybody having a Super Bowl party but watching us instead?
Yeah. Nice haircut. Thank you, Brenda.
Thank you, we needed it.
Yeah,
it
we
was
needed
bad.
it.
I felt, honestly, when she shaved the sides of my head, and my hair never looks very long when it's on my head, but it was about this long when it came down, and it just poured onto my lap, and I'm like, wow, I'm gray.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to your mom. Happy birthday to your hubby.
Claudia says she's watching the Super Bowl on mute, listening to
Cool.
us. And Janine is saying hubby is partying on his own while pretending to do homework.
Let us know when J-Lo starts singing, and we can be like, what's one of...
What?
Listen for tonight.
Listen.
I don't remember the words.
Waiting for tonight. Whoa.
Sean is playing poker and watching the Super Bowl with friends. Cool.
That's awesome. So hopefully you guys, if you're watching the Super Bowl.
So, Jane, are you getting your steps in, walking from one room to the next to watch us and the Super Bowl?
Halftime, she will be on. Yes, she will be singing.
What time is halftime?
I have no clue.
Hi, Kira. Kira. Hi, Kira. We got to see Kira today.
Yeah.
Oh, she's doing her monthly planning and
And
watching
we
us
saw
tonight.
Rosie yesterday.
We did.
I don't know why I'm whispering to everyone.
Me neither.
They can't hear me if I go like this. What does that remind you of? Friday?
Yes, with our friend Elaine.
Are you like out of it?
I am out of it, just like you are.
No, but I'm still
Shakira,
chatting.
Shakira.
Yeah, Shakira.
My hips don't lie.
Yeah. Well, we actually, it was funny. There's a funny story with that. So I guess we can share that story.
Yeah.
So the cats fight a lot. So our cats, our boys, they like to argue and wrestle. And so sometimes when they start fighting, I actually say Shakira to them because the song Hips Don't Lie.
Hips Don't Lie.
They say no fighting, Shakira. So I tell them to Shakira so they stop fighting.
Another funny thing about the song too, my mom's trying to FaceTime right now and we're live on, watch, I'm gonna answer real quick.
So we're back live on.
She hung up.
Yeah, next up.
I like how your sister said, you're late.
Yes,
I got
we
a
know.
text message saying we were late.
We were trying to get ready. Okay, so you ready to start questions?
Yes, I think we are ready for questions.
Okay.
Although we were supposed to wait. Oh, it's 8 minutes after.
Exactly.
We can start.
So, the first question we got.
It was from Shannon B. Is Shannon B in the house? Is anywhere Shannon B? I know she said she might not be able to watch.
Yes. So her question was, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
And we decide to ask the expert.
No, because you're going to mess up all those things.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Don't
Darn
say
it,
yes.
I can't do that.
Don't do that. So
I was
please.
gonna ask Siri because Siri actually knows the answer. So my answer to that question is a woodchuck could chuck wood if if a woodchuck could chuck wood, it would chuck as much wood as it could.
Yeah.
That's how I know to answer that question. Thanks for that question.
I would say it depends. Is it pine? Is it oak?
Yeah, because it depends on if it's a hardwood or a softwood.
Softwood, right? Yeah. That was a silly question,
But
we
it
always
was fun.
start with that.
It was fun.
So the next question was from Gwen H. Actually, one thing I want to say. So anybody wondering where we got these questions? So we actually have a Facebook group.
Yep.
We actually, whenever we have these fireside chats, we start off by asking the questions in there. Asking people in there to ask us questions so we can actually have something already written out, so when we start these shows we already have questions to answer. Most of them we have not read yet, so we don't know how to answer them.
Well, some of them were just posted one after the other, so
Yeah.
we got to see some, but not
Yeah.
all. Sent you an email after the workshop this morning. Fun meeting you today. Aw, thank you. And it's so true. How many points is the wood? I love that question, Janine.
I would say
Depends.
0. Isn't it like a legume?
Well, it would be part of the vegetable family. It's
So
plant,
0
it's
points.
plant-based. It would be 0 points.
0 points. If you want to have some wood chips, it's 0 points. Enjoy!
Yeah. What's the link in Facebook? What is the link in Facebook? I'm not sure I understand your
The
question.
link in Facebook
Sue.
is to bring you where you're at right
To-
now, Sue. You're actually on YouTube now,
Yeah.
so this is the YouTube link. That's what brought you here.
Yes, lots of fiber in wood.
Yeah. So Gwen H's question is, I would love more low-cal dips and dressing ideas. Also, any low-cal salty, crunchy snack ideas. So we do have a recipe on our website for dips. So you
Yes,
can look that
yes,
up.
yes.
It's 0-point dips using Greek yogurt. So those are an idea for low-cal dips.
One thing I want to say is take that Greek yogurt base and add anything you want to it.
Yeah.
Even if you add something that does have points to it,
Yeah.
the amount of stuff that you're adding to a bigger base of yogurt
Yeah.
will end up being 0 if you don't eat all of it. That's the way I look at it, right? If you're adding just a few points to a big container of yogurt,
Yeah, it's gonna
unless
dilute,
you're eating
so
the entire
container.
container.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a friend.
Siba.
Yes, hello.
So for crunchy snack ideas, we use a lot. There's popcorners out there. There's also Plento chips from that you can get usually in the health food area. We also use the veggie chips, so you can look for veggie straws. Those are pretty good as well. Your best bet is if you're going to a grocery store, look for the healthy food section.
That's the
usually-
like organic food
Yeah.
section or those popcorn. Yes,
Yeah.
as my sister-in-law just said,
Yeah.
popcorn is a huge thing that we eat a lot of.
And we use kernel seasonings on
We
that.
do, so that way you add flavor, so it's almost like you're having chips. There's like ketchup, there's white cheddar, there's yellow cheddar, there's dill pickle, there's salt and vinegar, there's barbecue. So there's always a bunch of different types of seasonings you can get for that too. Other ones are the WW snacks, and I know a lot of people are don't always get them, but you can get them at any of your WW workshops, and you do not have to be a member or at all to walk into any workshop to buy any of their snacks. So you
Yeah.
can always buy their snacks.
So those are the ideas. That's the main ones we use. We tend to stick to those options because they work for us and they're lower point.
If there
There's
are
also crackers you can get.
Yes, crackers. The one cracker that we were just
I
told
will
about
get it right
we got
now.
them because
I will get it.
Sebastiana actually brought us some, and that's one of the things that she brought us this week when we got to see her at one of the workshops. She stopped in at a workshop that we were at. And they are the wheat thins? If I'm
Good
not mistaken?
Thins.
Good thins. And these ones are the corn ones.
It's 2 points.
For 27,
27
crackers,
crackers.
which is crazy. That's an amazing amount. Sandra says she can't sing anything. You forgot to drink. Sorry.
Well, we don't drink all the time. It's you guys to drink. We drink whenever we want. So that's one. So that's one of the other snacks that we have as well. The next question. You want to read the next question?
Yes, the next question is from Joyce G. When you've strayed and keep trying to get back on track but can't get your mindset right, I'm struggling. So, straying is always a hard one. It's true. It's one of the hardest things. But the one thing that helps us is our group.
Yeah.
Reaching out to people in our group. Remembering what we felt like before.
Yeah. So like for example, during Christmas, we already alluded to that we actually put on weight. We ate a bit more than we normally did. But the thing is that we remember how we used to feel 2 Christmases ago during that Christmas, and we felt horrible, heartburn, indigestion, and we just had no energy. And we remember how we feel that way. So we always remember those non-scale victories and everything that brought us to where we are today, so that we can keep going.
And Rosie just answered our question. We go back to basics.
Yeah.
That's how we actually bring ourselves back to our regular routine is by saying, okay, we're starting from scratch all over. And when we say starting from scratch, we reprogram ourselves by recalculating all of our smart points with the app.
Just to make sure that things are right.
We make sure that we're using all of our measuring spoons, all of our measuring spoons. We're making sure we're following the serving sizes on every single package that we eat.
Yeah.
Those are main keys to go back to basics and almost saying, I'm starting over as if I've never done this program before.
And not just that, there's 3 things that as you start doing the program, you stop doing because you become something that's routine. One of the things that I talked about so we did 3 weeks of back to basics shows. So if you're not catching our last 3 live shows, go back and watch those because we talk about a lot of the things that we've been doing the last few weeks to try to get us back onto the journey. But one of the things that we did this time is we remembered some of the things we did at the beginning. For example, walking at lunch. I was doing that constantly when I first started the journey. I was walking at lunch every single day because I thought. And same with you. We were both doing it.
Yeah, well, yeah. But now it's a little harder for me because I walk everywhere. So I no longer have to walk at lunch because I put in at least on my own without walking at lunch 400 to 500 calories a day.
I sit at a desk, so I have to get up and actually walk during the day, or else I get no activity. And so I started redoing that this year because I stopped doing it last year after I lost most of my weight. So I went back to basics, back to things I did at the beginning that I'm now doing it again because I want to make sure I go back to what worked the first time.
And another idea too is we've said this in our tour stop as well. Why don't you go back to when you first started the program and start looking at your posts on Facebook or on any social media group that you're at. Sorry, I keep looking over there. Any social media group that you're at. Because at that point, what it ends up doing is it ends up refreshing your memory as to what you were like when you first started. And you'll actually be shocked by the changes you might have already made, and you might not even realize the changes that you're making and that you have made because they become your new normal.
Yeah. So that's a good question. And remember, only you can get yourself back on track. Yeah. So you need to use tools to try to get you back there by talking about things that either you like that you used to do and try to do them again, or like we said, going back to basics. Just try to concentrate on those
Sandra,
things.
we're sorry you're having issues. I don't understand.
She can't hear us right now.
Oh, she can't hear us at all, eh?
So
did she not hear us or see us?
No, she said hear us. So she'll have to figure. It's on her end because everyone else can hear us. So, and I know Joyce is watching right now.
You're welcome,
so
Joyce.
You're welcome. That's the best trick. There's no real formula to how to get back to it. You just have to try to use things to help you feel better about your journey.
Joyce,
reach out.
Be good to yourself.
Yeah, and reach out to people in the group. If you need ideas, just reach out in the group and they'll help you out.
And again, when you're getting back on track, maybe take only one thing that you need to work on. Don't try setting yourself back on track on every single aspect of this journey because it takes a lot to do that all at once.
Yeah.
So maybe start with your food, start with that tracking, and start making sure you're back on track and following those things correctly. Once that becomes easy, then add activity. Try to get back on track with that. So hopefully those tips can help you.
So that's a good question. So the next question is from Jessica Lynn G. She actually asked a few questions. So the first one is, how many points for snacks do you guys keep for the evening? We actually try to keep almost all our points for nighttime snacking. We actually, our lunches tend to be, and breakfast tend to be 0 points. Our dinner has been, since we're on purple plan as well, so it makes a difference. So on purple, we use 1 point for dinner usually, or between 1 to 6. Or actually 1 to 10, based on the
1 to 10 depending on the day of week.
But most of the weekdays it's 1.
Yeah.
And then the rest of our points, so for me would be now 17 because I have 19 points, or 18 points now. So I had 17 left for snacks.
And I'm at 19 points right now for snacks.
So it's 18. Yeah. No, you're at 18 now because you
no,
lost
19. I was at 20 and now I'm at 19.
Okay. The next, she also asked, do we snack during the day? No.
I can't even do that. I wanted to go behind him and make a funny face, but then I was like, he's gonna see me.
Do we snack during the day?
We don't. If we do, actually, it's usually fruit.
0 points.
We'll have a 0 point snack.
Yeah.
If we do, it's a cheese string. We might have a cheese string at some point, but it's one thing that we've really, our lunches have even gotten smaller. Because we used to put like a dessert of some kind in our lunch and, a whole bunch of little things, and we don't do that anymore because we find with all the protein that we're eating for our breakfast and our lunch, it keeps us satisfied.
Yeah. So the next question is, I seem to hit a plateau up and down between 2 to 5 to 4 to 5 pounds from Wonderland. I mean, as I have for the last year, but it's not working anymore. I do mostly cardio workouts, so I doubt it's muscle at this point. Help, I'm getting discouraged.
First things first. Change your word plateau to maintaining.
Yes, you're maintaining right now.
You are maintaining right now. Let your body maintain.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to be so aggressive with that, but let your body maintain. Because what happens is, don't forget, our bodies do get used to being a specific weight for a specific time. And if your body is saying, you know what, you're comfortable at this weight right now, love it.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
But
right
if
now.
she is looking for tips to try to boost yourself, change some things up. You're saying you're eating the same things all the time. Change up what you're eating.
Have lunch for breakfast. Have breakfast for dinner.
Switch it up.
Switch it up.
Put yourself, the app actually allows you to go on the W Connect app, you can actually switch it to maintenance mode. And what that does is it gives you extra points. Switch it to that for a week. You know, try it out just maintaining on the actual app for a week. And so have a bit more points for 1 or 2 weeks. And then once you're done doing that for 2 weeks, go back to weight loss mode and then see if that does anything. Your activity, change it up. If you've been doing the same activity for a while, you're seeing it's a lot of cardio, maybe put in a bit of strength exercise or switch your cardio workout or add something different to your cardio workout. Make it longer, make it harder.
Or do something to really switch up your workouts. In a sense, maybe don't work out for a couple of days. And I know that sounds funny, but your bodies, again, get used to certain things.
Yeah.
And it's like anything that has some type of memory, it really needs a shake-up sometimes.
Yeah.
And no, we do not work for WW, Sue. We do not work for WW.
No,
we are just 2 members. We're ambassadors.
Yeah, we're ambassadors, just 2 members who've lost each 100 pounds. And we like to share now our journey so that other people can get our tips and tricks that we worked for us on our journey so that maybe it'll help you guys out there in the world. We're also on tour a lot. We visit a lot of locations in Ontario, Canada. So I don't know where you're from, but...
And another thing I'm going to say to Jessica as well is about feeling discouraged. Don't be discouraged. Celebrate what you've achieved so far.
Yeah.
Don't forget that.
You've already gone through a bunch, right?
And remember, this is a lifetime. This is not just until you reach your goal. This is going to be forever. So you might struggle with those 2 to 5 pounds every time, and you can't just let that deter your journey.
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's you have to remember that you're still better off than when you were at the beginning. And that's one thing you always have to think about, because if you don't remember that, you're gonna have issues staying on, and it's gonna have to create some struggle. So that's one of the tips we always tell people is it's always revisit where you came from. Always don't forget all those non-scale victories. It's very important because that scale will always be your friend and your enemy. Yeah. But those non-scale victories will always be your friend. So use those, write them down, and remember them, and don't forget them.
Janine, we will be making our way at some point to Barrie, I'm sure. Yeah. You can send us an email, actually, if you want.
www.gays@gmail.com, so www.gays@gmail.com.
Kim already said that, so thank you, Kim. So the next question we have here is from Adrian, and it says...
We saw Adrian.
We did.
I think this week.
It was this week, if I'm not mistaken. It was like...
Hi, Adrian.
How long have you guys... How did we get together? And was it just weight that made you attractive to each other?
So, we have a video that does talk how we got together, so if you ever want to look that up, it's called Where It All Began.
Where It All Began, and it's one of our first videos. It's not
from last year.
Yeah, it was in the car.
Yeah,
actually in the car.
So we'll give you kind of quick notes.
We'll give you the Coles Notes version.
Yeah.
So we met online in a Yahoo chat room, and we come to find out that we have someone that we both knew, which happened to be my cousin. It was Nick's best friend in high school, and my second cousin, and we both moved to Mississauga at the same time, within a month apart. And we've been together ever since, which has been 11 years, going on 12, and 8 of those years married, going on 9.
Yeah, we're going on 9 this year.
That's crazy.
I think he needs to
I need a young.
I'm older now.
Well, I'm older too, so I guess he needs to.
So someone asked a question about, so we don't eat snacks or anything, you only eat 0-point foods. A lot of us, so for breakfast, we have chicken.
Yep.
And we have I have a banana and an apple, he has a banana and an orange.
No, I usually just have a banana. Sometimes I have an orange if I buy them.
And then we also have an egg. So our breakfasts are very protein heavy. So we are actually never hungry till about noontime. And then even at noon, our lunches at noon have protein, again, chicken and quinoa. And so again, that fills us up again. And so by the time, we actually are never hungry for snacks during the day anymore, because since we changed our breakfasts and lunches to having it protein heavy both meals, we're never snackish anymore. It's actually worked for us.
Yep.
And somebody else had asked, I'm missing some of the questions, but someone else had said, I already caught it. Someone said about on Antonetta's class. We'll talk about that in a bit.
Yeah, we will talk about Antonetta's class. Yeah. So, so we've been together for 11 years, and no, actually, we were both bigger when we met. Yeah. No, actually, Nick was on the thinner side. Nick had lost weight. He was at the smallest he had been ever, which was 230 pounds at the time.
Pounds.
And I was probably in the I would say 60s or 50s or 60s. So I wasn't at my biggest yet.
Yeah.
I had been bigger than that at some point, but I, figured out to lose a little bit, but not much, and then gained it all back together. Like we really just.
We talk on our journey. This has been ongoing for us for years. We keep gaining, losing, and we joined multiple times. It took us, to be honest, from starting in 2011 till all the way to 2018 to be successful. So it took us 7 years to be able to figure out what we needed to do to make this work for us. So if this is your first time, or your second time, or your third time, fourth time, it took us till our fifth time to get us to work this time for us. What?
Rick is listening with us this week.
Hi,
Rick.
Hi, Rick.
Rick is actually a really good friend of Lizette. Well, actually, good friends of ours as well. But great friends of Lizette.
From the Sioux.
From Sault Ste. Marie.
Yeah.
They've been amazing. Him and his wife were amazing when, unfortunately, Nick's dad passed away, and we're there every step of the way to help Mom. Get her house ready for sale, and they're just amazing. So, hi Rick, it's nice to know you're watching.
Corn.
And another thing too was water. Get your water in, which actually comes back to the next question here. Kim M asks, do you have any tricks on getting your daily water in? I'll be honest, we don't. We know we have an issue with getting our water in sometimes. During the day. At night we have no issues because we're drinking it all the time. Think of water enhancers like Neo. Yes, Neo or anything like that can help. A soda stream can help as well if you like carbonated water. So all of those little things are very, very good. However, you can also get a water bottle that's attached to an app, and it sends you reminders. Don't forget to drink your water. Don't forget to do this. I heard those are really helpful as well. Join some Facebook groups. A lot of Facebook groups put water challenges. I know Lindy, especially, Stitch and Lindy, always posts almost daily. Have you been drinking your water today? Yeah. Which is even a great reminder.
Set reminders on your phone, maybe every hour. Set on hourly reminders, say take a sip.
Take a sip. Yeah.
Those are all tricks that can help you out to increase your water. The reason we work, we don't have the issues because at night we tend to come home
and we just drink
water
water
all night nonstop. Like we drink a lot of water.
It's harder during the day because we're people that like freezing cold water. So to have no ice in our water during the day makes it very difficult. It's more for me than you because you could put ice in yours.
So we had a question that already scrolled away. Someone asked about snacking. How do you to stop nighttime snacking? We do not stop nighttime snacking. We actually realized on this journey that we've always snacked our entire lives. Since we were children, we've always snacked. So every time we tried to lose weight on WW, we got rid of snacks. It didn't work for us because we would always go back to snacking. So this time we embraced it. Yeah. We save points for snacks all the time so that we can still have snacks at night.
Yeah.
Next question from Heather, who's watching too. Everyone's watching. Everyone's watching too, so everyone's watching tonight. It's kind of nice that we can answer it and everybody's here. So Heather's questions. How are we adjusting to condo life? Are you taking advantage of the gym downstairs? Did you find the structure and social aspect of the gym better for you?
We love the condo life.
We love our condo.
We love it.
We don't miss our house in one bit. We love that the simplicity, the safety of it all.
Let's hold this. Shannon! A woodchuck could chuck wood as long as if a woodchuck could chuck wood. I don't remember what my answer was again.
And I said it depends on the type of wood, hardwood or softwood. That also affects the chewiness of the wood and how long it takes. And it's 0 points.
And it's 0 points. Yes. And we love our condo. We love just the vibe it gives. Not only that, it's really created us to be able to do multiple things at the same time. Yeah. Like Nick can be posting, I can be cooking, but we're still in the same room together. We can still have something on the TV to watch and not feel like we're having to pause everything.
Our living room right here is big enough. You guys saw us. We work out in here. We can actually work out in our condo. We have a gym downstairs that back in the house, we only had one elliptical, so we could only work out one at a time. And now we can say, oh, no gym today. Okay, we'll go downstairs and work out together after work. Yeah. So it's given us a lot of more options. Not only that, it's close for commuting, so it helps for me. It's really, I used to commute an hour and a half to work, and now I commute 15 minutes. Yeah. So it's giving me back about 2 hours of my life every day. So 8 hours a week back, which is a lot of time. So
we're never going to get rid of our membership to an actual gym yet. Not, of course, because we still like doing the group fitness stuff. And we can do some of it here, but the atmosphere of an actual group fitness class is very different. However, what we've started noticing is we're doing more of the type of non-traditional classes. Like we're doing the Kangoo classes, and we're doing the body classes,
and
Walk 15,
and Kiffy Fit.
And Kiffy Fit as well. We're doing all those classes, so maybe eventually we might not need a gym membership.
Yeah.
And just start doing those types of classes more regularly. So
Yeah.
not 100% sure on that yet.
Yeah. So the next question is Margaret R. Knowing what you went through with your parents at Christmas, and how did you manage tracking, of course, eating? I've been having a really hard time last 2 weeks because my grandmother passed away. Oh, so sorry about that. And she was like, I'm second mom to me. Just can't really get myself on track. You know what? You need to take time to grieve.
Take your time. We did.
We did.
And it wasn't, it was a different type of grieving, mind you.
Yeah.
It was more stress eating at that point, and I know that you're probably stress eating as well. But always remember that you have an option. You have options. So maybe when you are not tracking regularly or not being as mindful as to what you're
better
putting on,
options anyway.
take the better option if you can, or when you can.
Well, we talked about it on our, maybe not on the live show, but during Christmas times, we ate a lot of junk food. 18 bags of chips, cheese, cookies, crackers, like everything you could think of. But then during the day, we also tried to eat as well as we could. Well, I did have like 3 or 4 poutines during that time too.
Yeah.
But we tried as much as we could to have the better options when we could. So some days we say, oh, let's go to Pita Pit instead. We knew it was healthier than having a burger. So we made those choices during that time.
Right, and then sometimes when we even were cooking dinner, we're like, okay, guess what? We're gonna just have chicken tonight and a vegetable and make some quinoa, or make a half a cup of rice, so that way we know it's only 3 points instead of 6, or, making those things. So those are options. So don't think that the stressful part that you're living through is going to be that stressful all the time.
Yeah.
And I mean, it is always going to change. Like your life situation does change.
Yeah.
And you end up learning to adapt.
And remember,
to that.
you're going through something difficult right now. You need to set time aside to grieve. You need to be able to go through this and figure out. When my father passed away, we both turned to alcohol and drank a lot in the matter of 2 months. It was pretty crazy the amount of alcohol. Like we drink amaretto a lot, and we went to the beer store to return our empties.
Oh my goodness.
We had so many, and we didn't realize how bad it had gotten. But we had to grieve. It was that time. It was a very traumatic experience.
And everybody does things differently, right?
Yeah.
So everybody finds a way of grieving. So you need to make sure that you find your way on how to get yourself out of that as well. And maybe start a journal. Start writing down your feelings, so that way you're not keeping your feelings bottled up inside as well.
So Shannon actually asked another question. She said, weekends come and I'm like, eat all the things, and I'm still losing within a healthy weekly range, which is awesome, but how can I keep the focus going all week, not just 5 days? Help me, W-Gaze, you're my only hope.
Oh my god, that sounds like a quote from Star Wars, isn't it?
It is, that's what she meant.
Yeah, insert...
A Baby Yoda emoji here.
I didn't read that till now. Isn't, Shannon, question answer we will.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I did that pretty good, didn't I?
To answer that, well, I guess we tend to eat more on weekends. So we generally keep our weeklies for the weekend for that specific reason. We used to have an issue back in the day where weekends were free-for-alls.
We actually used to say that we would be good Monday through Friday, and we could have our cheat day on Friday and Saturdays. Actually, it was on Saturdays always.
Yeah.
Never Fridays, because we weighed in on Saturday mornings.
Yeah.
So Saturdays were, we did not point anything, and we drank whatever we wanted, we ate whatever we wanted.
And what it did, it destroyed our work.
It made it 12 times harder for the next week.
Yeah. Now, I'm not saying you can't do that all the time. Like, we have weekends where we still will sometimes go off the rocket, and we'll eat a lot more points than we're supposed to. But most weekends we try to stick within our weeklies, because not every weekend is a celebration. Not every weekend is a time to go to a party or a dinner. You have some weekends where you don't have those things happening. So use those weekends to try to stick within plans. Try to stick within those points, because then at least you're not getting all the weekends that you're indulging and going crazy on, right?
And the only reason I say cheat, though, Lynn, back in the day, we would call them cheat days.
Yeah.
Our Saturday was our cheat day, and we no longer do that anymore. Because we still have our indulge day.
But we don't cheat anymore.
We don't cheat anymore, and we don't feel guilty about it. That's the only difference. If you're still losing weight, Shannon, as well, and you're still being able to maintain...
That's good.
There's no problem with that.
That means you're adapting your life to what you want to do forever.
You've created
a good habit.
A good habit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad that you want to get rid of it sometimes. So maybe sometimes you need to tell yourself, okay, not every Saturday is going to be or maybe pick it through the month.
Yeah.
Make yourself a rule. I'm only allowed to have two indulge Saturdays.
Yeah.
And I have to pick them. So if you have 2 parties going on,
for those 2
they might be
Saturdays.
2 weekends back to back, but then your other 2 weekends you can't do it.
Yeah.
So that's another way of doing it.
The next question is from Nicole H, and she said, I love all your tips to help us along the way, but also love when you answer fun personal questions, and I love these questions. I love the personal ones. So what fictional character do you wish you could meet? fictional character. Fictional character that I wish I could meet.
I should have thought about this.
I thought you would have picked like Wonder Woman because you're obsessed with her as a kid.
Yeah, but it's not someone I would like as a kid. But now to this, like I'm looking at it right now. What fictional character would I like to meet?
You know what? I'd like to meet Sister Mary Clarence from Sister Act.
Oh, that's.
Because I love that movie. I love Whoopi Goldberg, and I think it'd be fun to just hang out with her. Can you imagine?
Oh, I love your sister's answer. Lorelai from the Gilmore Girls.
Oh, Rosie said Harry Potter.
Harry Potter would be a cool one.
No, I'd want to meet Sister Mary Clarence.
Okay, no, well, she's not a fictional
Dolores
character though. That's the problem.
Who?
RuPaul. She's not a
yeah.
RuPaul, the drag queen, is a fictional character, but she's not. But she is.
Yeah.
I'd love to meet RuPaul.
Yeah.
Love to meet RuPaul, like as RuPaul, or as himself.
Yeah. Next question, again from Nicole, is if Keiko and Saba could talk, what do you think they would sound like, and what would they have to say? Okay, we kind of talked about this earlier already. So Saba would be, oh, you're gonna bug him. He was sleeping. Saba would say,
"Hi, my name's Saba, and I have a very sweet voice.
prank people sometimes too.
And I like to scratch you if you eat my food."
Yeah. So Saba is, he's very soft-spoken. He's very soft-spoken kitten. He meows very softly. He doesn't have a loud meow. He's very gentle, except with his brother, but with us, he's very sweet. And Keikos would be the diva.
He'd be like, "Hey, ladies,
This is my house.
This is my house, and I'm very cute.
Yeah.
And everybody loves me.
Yeah.
And if you love me, I'll love you back.
Yeah.
Do you want me to sit on your feet?"
Aw, Keikos, you're so cute. So that's Keikos' voice.
And then he'd also be like, "You're not my real mom."
Yeah, he would say that too. Yeah. So that's pretty much their voice. And now they're both awake and they're both sleeping. So the next question is, what is your biggest pet peeve?
And I'm furry.
My biggest pet peeve is, and we decided to answer this about what each of our, like what my biggest pet peeve about him is and him about me. So my biggest pet peeve with him is he leaves cupboards doors and closet doors open all the time. Like, I mean, you just did it earlier too. I walked over and the closet was open, I have to close it. But he does it all the time and it drives me nuts. And he knows it does, but he still does it. Which, I guess that's just, we're used to it now. We're married, we've been married 11 years at this point, or together 11 years. I'm just used to it. It doesn't bug me enough that I don't want to be with him. And then what's yours?
I don't usually have one from him, but lately there has been one, and I just started noticing he leaves Kleenexes everywhere. He leaves them on the couch. He leaves them on the counter. He leaves them in the car. This is the one I hate the most, in my cup holder. So when I go to put my coffee in the cup holder, I have to grab his Kleenexes. So that's my pet peeve of his.
Sorry, I'm just plugging in something.
Is the iPad gonna die?
Yes, your iPad is not charged.
Well, it was pretty charged, but don't forget, we FaceTime with it a lot now.
Just putting that in. Okay.
I like how he's blaming me. Your big iPad.
My iPad was charged. Okay, next question. From Sharon O. You want to ask that one?
I crossed it out by accident here. I thought that was
Okay.
the...
And if you could eat only 2 food items for 3 months straight, what would you choose those food items be, and why would you choose them? I already know that. Can't answer that question. I would choose quinoa and chicken for 3 months.
Oh yeah, I can't. Okay, you choose quinoa and chicken. Okay, and so I'll share my corn and green beans with you.
Perfect.
We're done.
Deal. Corn. You guys know how much we love corn on the cob. We have it almost every night. So yeah, I think that's what we would do. So my sister said next time you leave a cupboard door open, I should put a Kleenex in there.
And next time he leaves a Kleenex, I'll leave all the cupboard doors open.
Exactly.
I'm gonna open every single one in the house.
Okay, next question, again from Sharon O. If we could not live in Ontario, what province would you pick and why? I would actually pick British Columbia. I don't like winter, and I'm sorry, I don't like snow. And I know it's a weird to say as a Canadian because we're supposed to like snow and winter, but I don't. I get very sad and depressed in winter. I don't like being cold, and so I would go somewhere where there's less snow and less cold, which is British Columbia. That's where I would pick.
Just very rainy.
That's, yeah, I know,
which is kind
I
of
prefer
like
rain than snow.
I don't know where else I would live. I don't know. I really don't know. And does it have to be a province? It said.
Yeah, province. Not country or other.
I think well, if he's going to British Columbia, I'm following him. I'm not leaving him. So I guess we're going to BC. We would never live apart. So we'd be going to BC. But I think we could do the East Coast too.
Yeah.
Because the East Coast isn't, so it would be East Coast or West Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think British Columbia would be the first choice.
Yeah, for sure.
So
And I've been there, and it is very beautiful as well. So I guess it's kind of a combo as well. Even though Quebec also has beautiful scenery. I haven't been to many provinces, so I'm hoping to change that. Bora Bora province. I wish Bora Bora was a province.
Well, we were always hoping Canada would buy Turks and Caicos.
Yeah, which is what Caicos is named
Move to
after.
Vaughan. Oh, that's so cute. Yes, East Coast. So the next question was for Marion. I'm really struggling eating everything I can get my hands on. Out of control. I know all the answers, so why am I sabotaging myself? Extremely stressed, dealing with a lot. How does one get back? I said this year 2020 was for me. I want to be free. So really, Marion, I know we already answered a lot of this question earlier. We did answer this question a lot earlier. And it's one of those things where you're the only one that really can control your sabotage ways.
Yeah.
Maybe start talking to yourself and start writing down some things about what you say to yourself every time. And when you write it down, try to change it into a positive instead of a negative.
Another thing
And that's
too,
not easy to do.
Like we told Joyce earlier, you have to remember how much better you are now than you were before. You need to remember those non-scale victories. We can't stress this enough, guys. The scale is not your friend. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, the scale went up and down," and but it's not your main deterrence. Your main I don't know the word to say. Your main goal your main measurement of how well you're doing on this journey.
Exactly. You cannot only use the scale to measure your successes, I guess what we're trying to say. Use other things to measure your success. The scale is only part of this journey. The scale is only a fraction of everything else that you're able to accomplish.
Because now
when you believe in
when
yourself.
I look at the scale and if I gain a little bit, I don't feel like as bad as I used to. I'm like, okay, it's happened, but you know what? My pants are still fitting better, and this is still fitting better, and I still don't have heartburn, and I still don't have an issue getting to my car.
I love what Heather just said. Start yourself a gratitude journal so that it can help you change your mindset.
Take your measurements. That's another one.
That's a great
Use those items to help you out, guys. It's very important because, like I said, the scale will be your enemy at some point. And at one point,
and eventually you will have a point where you won't have any way to
measurement.
You won't even be happy with the scale anymore because the scale is not going to be able to go into the minuses, people. Right? We don't want people to be sick about this because guess what? We are obsessed with food. Don't change your obsession with food to be an obsession with the scale. It's finding that balance, which is not always easy, but believing in yourself and reaching out to those who can help you.
So Janet just asked us what our favorite season is. Summer.
Yes.
Hands down, we
anything
love
with
summer.
the sun.
There's a reason why we like going to travel down south or warm countries. We enjoy the heat and the summer, and it's been, especially now that we're thinner. As you see, I'm wearing a sweater tonight. We're both freezing today. It's very cold, and so we like the warmth.
So the next question was from Michelle K, and it's getting water in. So again, we talked about that earlier, which was like, follow Stitch and Lindy, who always post about water. Get a water bottle that has an app to it that reminds you. Set a reminder on your own phone to get your reminder as to when to drink water.
When do we go on our trip? We're actually going to talk about that in a bit. So we'll fill you all in about our schedule coming up. But yes, Akira's saying she's freezing all the time too. Yes, after you've lost a lot of weight,
always cold.
We're always cold now.
Always cold.
I never worn sweaters more than I have now.
I'm actually not wearing one. I was wearing one earlier, but then I warmed up, and then we have another an actual like electric fireplace behind us that's warming us up too.
So Anna Kingsley asked if you're only online membership, are you still able to pay and attend an occasional meeting? I think you can.
I don't know if you can just.
You can walk in
and
pay
pay for a session. Yeah.
I think you can.
I think maybe Paula can answer that question.
Yeah, because Paula's watching, so maybe she can answer that.
And Paula's one of the coaches.
Yeah. And someone had asked, I think it was Sue Jones, had asked, what do we do for work? I'm in IT, so I work with computers.
Yeah, and I'm a sign language interpreter.
Yeah, so that's our jobs. Okay, so Erica S. asked, where do you get your meal ideas from? I need meal ideas. We get our meal ideas from meals we always ate. We take recipes of stuff that we enjoy, like poutine, like burgers, like pizza, like Caesar salad, and we find ways to still have them in a healthier way.
Yeah.
That's where our recipes on our website come from.
And we're not afraid to fail a meal.
Yeah.
Because we always have chicken, quinoa, and a vegetable in the fridge, so if we make something and it's not good, we're going back to our chicken, quinoa, and vegetables.
Yeah.
It sucks to have to throw something out, which doesn't happen very often, but sometimes it does. And yeah, it does not. We don't like wasting. It's not something we like to do. But guess what? We're not professionals, far
Yeah.
from being professional cooks.
Yeah.
And we just want to sometimes think outside of the box.
Yeah.
And we never give ourselves limits when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Usually on weekends, not during
Yeah.
the week.
So if you want any other meal ideas, a lot of people share stuff on our Facebook group, so you can go on there
Yeah.
because a lot of times people will share their meals.
Check out Pinterest and just
Yeah.
type in WW, and
yeah.
there's so many. And don't only think you have to follow WW recipes.
Yeah.
There are other programs that have recipes
Yeah.
that you can apply WW standards or rules to
Yeah.
and make them your own.
And Susan asked, do we get tired of the same breakfast? No. We love our breakfast. We look forward to it every single
day. And especially now that we
work out again.
not
and
even work out. Hello, what do we do to our eggs?
Oh yeah, the cooking them in the
The
Instapot.
Instapot eggs
Yeah.
are the best eggs
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah, they're so good. And our chicken is, we love chicken. So to us, it's like almost like bacon for breakfast, which who doesn't like bacon for
Yeah.
breakfast? So for us, it works and we enjoy it. So that's, it just works
Yeah.
for us. I know it's not for everyone, but if you can find ways to have other 0 point options and swap them out, like different fruit every day, different, maybe not eggs every day, change it to dip. Maybe you have an egg white omelet with all 0 point ingredients.
Yeah.
Maybe you can switch it up that way. But make sure you just have extra protein because it helps you.
A lot of questions to go through.
No, we only have this.
Oh, that's it? Oh, I thought we had more. I'm sorry.
It's
I
trying to
swear.
rush me along.
Because that seems like we have a lot of paper.
Well,
I was like,
we're
wow.
good, we're good.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I just don't want people there. They want to watch their
They don't care about Super Bowl,
I
they're
know.
watching us. Okay, we'll do, okay, that's, okay. So Paula said you always can stop in a workshop, see what it's all about for free.
And
you
she
can add
also
pay.
mentioned you can pay on the app or something
Yeah.
like that. I think that's what I read too.
Yeah.
So the next question was from Lori C. What is your daily motivation?
Hi Lori from Stouffville.
Yes. How do you keep going when things in your personal life may be stressful? Thank you. So we talked about that a little bit already.
Yeah.
We talked about how life is like a roller coaster, right? And so is this journey.
Yeah.
And you sometimes have to just ride the wave.
Yeah.
Right? You have to go with the flow, make better choices as you possibly can, but always go back to tracking and go back to the basics every time you falter.
Yeah. And the other thing too is remember, you can't always be perfect.
No.
So sometimes, if say you're going through a stressful time and you need to remove something, what we tend to do is tracking is usually the first thing that goes because we don't have sometimes the time to do it, but we'll make better options when we're actually still eating our meals. So say you're having a horrible week, but you know that, you can still have your Monday, you know where the 0 point 0 point foods are. If you can increase those items in your meals and have less of the pointed items, you know you're already doing a better choice, and that'll help you out throughout the week. That's one of the things that we do as well.
And I know they're having a conversation here with Denise, and I think Denise is saying she's not seeing the changes in her body right now, even though she's down 46 pounds.
Yeah.
It takes a while for some of us to see the differences.
We didn't see it right away.
We did not
We had to
see
take side-by-side
Yes,
pictures.
and that's a great suggestion. Is take
Yeah.
those side by side.
Yeah.
And again, Rosie just said it. Your brain is going to take time to catch up.
We talked about this today.
Right.
You still feel fat.
But all of a sudden, your brain is going to catch up, and you're going to be like, "Who is that?" And you're going to start going, "I don't recognize that person anymore."
Yeah.
And it's okay. You're going through. It's almost. I hate referring it to like being a butterfly, like a
Cocoon?
a cocoon. But it is. It's almost this whole transformation. And there were times myself when I was in that stage of my getting used to the new me. I didn't like what I looked like. I did not. I thought I looked better when I was bigger, which I know that's not true. And I know I didn't look terrible. I didn't like what I looked when I was bigger. But
Yeah.
that's something that you yourself have to learn how to adjust to.
It's not easy, guys. The whole
Yeah.
mental aspect of this journey is a big thing. For me, it was the same thing. I actually had an issue with I couldn't recognize myself for months, and I still to this day feel like sometimes I'm bigger than I actually am. I still have moments where I'll walk up somewhere and I'll be like between chairs, and I'll be like, oh right, I fit here and I can walk through. On the plane, I still do it. I still tend to want to go sideways on the plane, and I tell myself, oh no, I can walk straight forward down the aisle now. I'm not as wide as I used to be. So it takes a long time for your brain to catch up. So even if there are differences, your brain might not even be noticing because you're so programmed to see how yourself used to look
and
like.
start noticing the things that feel differently on you, or how you feel in the clothes that you're wearing instead. Maybe what you're doing too is not wearing clothes that fits you right now, so you might not be seeing those changes yet because you're still wearing clothes. And I'm not saying go out and buy a new wardrobe yet. That's not what I'm saying at all. But also remember, you might be at that point in time in that journey where you don't want to go buy new clothes because you still know you're working on.
We went to Valley Village for a lot,
Yeah.
so we went to thrift stores to get
Thrift
most of our
stores.
clothes during that time frame.
Yeah,
'cause
and
we
there's
knew-
nothing wrong with that.
We only started buying newer clothing again when we actually got to the weights we were close, or the sizes that we thought we would want to stick to. So right now, for me, it's 34, 32, and then large and medium. So that's what now we're buying new clothes because we actually are in the sizes that we think we want to try to stay at.
Don't get frustrated, Janet, with it being slow. Turtle is good. The longer it takes for you
You're
to
doing
take
this-
off,
Remember,
the
you're doing
better
this
it
forever.
is.
You're
Yeah.
not doing this just for 2 months or for a year until you get the goal. You will have to do this forever. So you have to keep working at this constantly. Make sure you find things that you enjoy, foods you enjoy, activity you enjoy, so that it's not feeling like you're on actual plan or that you're actually doing something that's not enjoyable at this time.
yeah, for sure.
Someone had asked, I don't remember the name, but they asked, would you ever live in the US? So Jean-Luc actually lived in the US for 8 years. He lived in Michigan for 8 years. And we wouldn't move to the States because we love Canada.
We do.
We feel a lot safer here, unfortunately, because of the current climate in terms of the LGBTQ2+. Is very accepted here in Canada, and we feel that, you know, we just
And
love our
our
country.
fa- our
We
fam-
love our country. Like,
Our
we-
family is here.
Yeah.
It just, and don't get me wrong, I had some great experiences when I lived there. I met some
We know amazing people from the
fantastic and
States.
amazing people.
Yeah.
But you know, when you're born somewhere and it's home, it's home. Like it is home.
Yeah, yeah.
We would possibly move to Europe at one point. I
Yeah.
would live in Europe,
In Spain.
in Spain. Love
It
Spain.
was so beautiful there.
Love Spain.
So the next
Free
question is from
healthcare.
Lynn B, who we saw today in Hamilton.
We did. Do you do any weight training or do you just do cardio type activities?
Cardio, mostly.
Cardio. And I'm not saying that that's the answer. We would love to find a way to do weight
We
training.
just don't find it that enjoyable.
We have a hard time with it. We get bored.
Yeah.
We need
Well,
that.
we got a message today that some might change that.
Well,
so,
great. But we'll see what happens
Yeah,
there. I don't
yeah.
want. Yeah.
No, I don't want to say why, but I'm
So-
saying we might be doing some weight training
Yeah,
soon,
we might
so-
try some weight training. So
Yeah.
that's a cool thing. And
Yeah.
we're not saying that we're opposed to it because we used to do body pump.
Yeah. Yes.
I did not like it. Nick liked it, kind of. But it's harder for us to keep that mindset. And you know us, our rule is if you don't like doing something, don't do it.
I love that Mara and Sandy are talking, and they're talking because they're both going to Vaughan and they haven't met yet, so they're having a conversation because they're trying to figure out who they are. And
That's
love
too
it.
cute.
So it's from Mara. So Sandy Smart was actually one of our original fans.
She was the one that actually
She
bought
gave us our
aprons
aprons.
that say WWA Jean-Luc and
so
Nick.
So Sandy Smart, who's watching right now, Jay McDonald and Heather are actually our 3 of our contest winners from
Yeah.
last year that started this whole tour for us. So I don't think Jennifer or Lindy are watching right now. So those are the other two winners of that. So this is the last question from on here, but there was also a question from Jane McDonald that I saw. She was saying that she was asking, do we get tired of chicken? No.
Never.
I love. What's funny, guys? Everyone, I'll tell you a secret. When we came back to WW and Freestyle had started and they said chicken was 0, we kind of like did a party because we
remember,
love
Mara.
chicken. We were like dancing and we're like, oh my god,
We
that's.
can eat chicken all the time.
Yeah, we love chicken. So for us, it's not. It's like some people who say they love beef. You know, you can have steak all the time. We feel that way about chicken.
Yeah, and you know what? Maybe cut your chicken up in different sizes. Corn.
Waiting
Corn or
for-
J-Lo, both. Waiting for my corn. Oh,
When you
it's
will be here in
steaming
my
inside
stomach.
the steamer. Waiting for
your
my corn.
Oh!
Anyone here from Windsor? I love how people are asking where everybody's
That's
from.
awesome.
That's awesome.
Everybody, tell where you're from in the chat so everybody can find it. If you guys can find common people.
And Mara gave us a hug.
Oh, thank you.
I
Mara.
remember.
met us.
You're this big right
Yeah,
now.
it's hard to see
It's hard to
everybody.
see. If we
Yeah.
saw you, we'd probably recognize
Yeah.
you. So another question that we have here was from Mary B, and this is the last question that we actually got on our Facebook group, and it
Yeah.
says, I tend to stop at Mickey D's every morning for a caramel latte. What would you suggest a better substitute, as I find I'm using too many points on these beverages? So one thing's first, for us, we never drink our points.
Never.
It's water.
Only alcohol, and then we
Yeah.
do those usually on indulge days.
Yeah.
So during the week, we don't drink anything that has points to
Nope.
it.
Even my coffee is black for me. I've learned how to drink black coffee. I do use Splenda. I do go to Starbucks for my coffee as well. Or Tim Hortons. At Tim Hortons, I do a large with 4 Splenda. At Starbucks,
Yeah.
I do the blonde roast. That's my mother-in-law who got me hooked on that. I love it. It's actually my favorite coffee ever. And they have vanilla shakers. So I do a shake of vanilla flavor and it's a powder. It's not a liquid, and I do 4 Splendas in that as well, and that's my go-to. And so if you want to cream your coffee, I know a lot of people will make their own coffees at home.
Yeah.
They'll get a warm cup and they buy the protein, the protein drinks, and they use that as creamer in their coffee. So there's ways. Look online, find recipes to make your own at home, and then save yourself a little bit of money as well in the long run too, because those creamers can go a long way.
Yeah. So for me, I don't like coffee, so it's not a really, I couldn't give suggestions because I don't drink anything warm, which everybody's always shocked about. But yeah, it's not something that, that's something that I drink, but hopefully this tip helps you out.
Yeah.
You also used to do some coffees at home
Yeah,
with the sugar-free
I'll do the
syrups,
sugar-free syrups with my coffee, but again, I drink all mine black, so I never add cream or sugar to my coffee. But there are ways of doing it. Find recipes online. Go ask people. Post in our group. Ask people what they use in their coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
I'm trying, there's so many like.
Yep, Cynthia, I'm waving. Can you
They're
see
talking-
me?
they're-
Yep,
they're
they're
close to
just
each
having
other.
hilarious. This is so funny.
Yes, I don't like chocolates. That's one of the things. Honey, list them off because you always start running them off.
Chocolate, ketchup, mustard, relish, any
Mayo,
condiments,
vinegar,
mayo, vinegar,
mushrooms.
olives, mushrooms, onions,
Anything
raw
pickled.
or pickled. Onions raw or cooked, but he loves the taste of them, hates the texture. What else? Oh my goodness.
I don't like steak.
Doesn't
much,
like
or
steak
pork.
or pork other than bacon, but bacon's not even one that he likes. He does not like
Bacon has to be burnt.
Brussels sprouts. He doesn't like asparagus. He'll
Zucchini.
eat asparagus, but he won't. He doesn't like zucchini unless I make lasagna out of it. He doesn't like
A lot of stuff.
A lot. He doesn't
Yeah.
like mashed turnip.
I don't like squash.
No
of any
squash
kind.
of any kind.
Peppers.
Peppers,
any-
green, yellow, or red.
Yeah.
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 Doesn't like.
I'm very, very fussy. So it's something that my mom had to deal with growing up because I was even fussier as a child. I was worse than I am now. So can you imagine if I ate less?
He
than
likes
that?
me, Mara. He likes me.
I do, and I like corn. Corn. Okay.
I love Brussels sprouts too. I love all vegetables though.
So now we'll keep answering your questions. So you guys have any, if you guys have questions to ask, you can keep asking, but we'll actually give you guys a recap of the week. So this week was a kind of a bad week for us. We didn't go to the gym.
Nope, we took the week off.
I got sick on Monday. I worked from home because I was not feeling well. I had a sore throat. And then it got worse on Tuesday where I had to actually sleep all day Tuesday because I was so sick. And then Wednesday I went to work and lasted till 11, but I also had so I've talked about this before, I suffer from basically winter depression. Seasonal depression.
Some might know it as sad.
Sad. So I've not been diagnosed, but I've had
Self-diagnosed.
This self-diagnosis. I've had this problem for years. Every winter, as it gets darker in November till about end of February, I'm usually pretty depressed. I have a hard time just.
And it's not daily, it's moments.
It's moments.
Like when it hits hard too.
Yeah, and it hits me hard. So Wednesday it hit me hard. I had a rough day and I had to come home from work because I was not feeling well. Plus, my mentality was in there. And then Thursday, I started feeling better. Wednesday night, my mom and Jean-Luc talked to me. They were my therapists. I talked to them about. I'm lucky. I have people that I can talk to about anything, that I can just lay out what I'm feeling and why I'm feeling that way, and they help me out. So I'm lucky to have that, and they helped me get out of it. So, and then Thursday we went to a tour stop in Scarborough, Wexford, with Karen as the coach. That's where we saw Sebastiana.
And I'll be honest, it was a point of being overwhelmed with so many things, work, life, WW stuff, that we're busy all the time, but we like it. But it does get to the point where sometimes, things get thrown at you all over the place and you don't know how to handle it at that time. And it's okay to say, guess what? I'm putting everything on hold until I can get my brain back on track.
Yeah, so we do take vitamins. I take vitamin D. I take a lot of vitamins in the winter to help me with
vitamin
those
D,
issues.
vitamin C.
Yeah.
We take multi-purpose. We also take this
Some
new
tea.
stuff.
My mom taught us on it.
KII.
KII. It's help us with, it helps us sleep better and we wake up better.
Yeah,
which is
it's so true.
It's true.
I can't believe it has been working.
Yeah. So yes, and we missed a body with Antonetta on Wednesday in Vaughan.
I'm so sorry.
I couldn't go, guys. I was so not
He
feeling
was not
well
in his.
at
It
all.
would not have been a fun night, and
Yeah.
I could not see myself going and enjoying myself without him being there. I felt I needed to be home with him, just to make him feel a little bit better. And I mean, as much as he was down, I was not in the same headspace. But when someone around you is down, it really does affect you as well, right?
It was called Kii, K-I-I.
Yeah.
I don't have. I mean, I might have to post a link.
Yeah, we'll have to post a link. We bought it
Yeah.
on Amazon, actually, to be honest
And,
with you. And maybe Lizette can talk
yeah.
about it a little bit.
Yeah. So the class from Vaughn that we missed, we will find a way at some point to reschedule and go do a body because we want to do it the class. We want to do every single class at least location that Antenna does.
Of course.
So Antenna, Paula, we will be at the Vaughn location at some point in the future. So we'll figure that out in a bit.
Someone just asked a question here, and I thought it was a good one. It was from right there. Where is it? I just lost it. How does has your popularity surprised you?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Definitely.
Janet, if Janet's watching right now, Janet Young, who's watching on the live chat, she actually
Recognized us.
We were at an en route. So for those who don't know, en route is a service station on the highways here in Ontario. And so we were driving, and on the way back from Windsor, and she recognized us.
Yeah.
And when those moments happen to us, we still get shocked. And everybody always says, "Oh, we didn't want to approach you," but we love being approached by people who know us. We actually went on Thursday.
On Thursday after the workshop, and that was at the Thursday workshop in Scarborough at the Wexford with Karen and Sebastiana gave us the crackers there.
Yeah.
And it was a great workshop. And when we went and I went to grab some spinach off the counter because we wanted some spinach before we left on our cruise. And I turned around and I looked at this lady and she looked at me and she's like, "I can't believe it's you." I'm like, "Wow, you recognize me?" She goes, "I didn't even recognize you. I recognized your voice even before you turned around and looked at me. I knew it was you." And I was like, "That's so weird."
Yeah.
So she is, her name's Sharon. She works at the grocery store that we go to, which is fantastic, which is awesome. So hopefully we get to see her again. And I'm going to be very honest. She mentioned to us, she's like, "You know what? WW is not cheap.
Yeah.
It can become expensive." And, and we were telling her that people on our group are not all WW members. So if it has any tips and tricks on how to be healthy and not be a WW member, please share those on our page.
Yeah.
We're more than happy to have that. We don't think that, we again are huge supporters of WW.
Yeah,
and
because we know it helped us change our lives.
Exactly.
That's why we do this. That's
But we
why we
understand
support
that everybody's in a different financial situation.
Yeah.
So we want everybody to be healthy still and
Yeah.
try to be their best they can.
And so
I
it's
track buys app. Great,
yeah.
yes. Like
Yeah.
those are great. And if that's what you can use and do things like that, we think anything to help you is important.
We don't feel like we don't shun anyone else's choices when they want to be healthier. Your life is your life. You get to choose how you want to do this. We're not going to dictate or tell you you're wrong. And that's what our group is about on Facebook.
Yeah.
We don't tell people what you're doing. It's your journey. You pick what you want to do. We'll be there to give our honest advice, and we'll give you what we think.
Yeah.
But if that's not what works for you, then that's fine.
And
It's not,
what we might give you as advice might not work.
Yeah.
But don't be afraid to change up what we give you and make it work for you. So
Yeah. On Friday, we had our friends Elaine and Jen come over.
But I hope they don't see what we're saying about them
I
right now.
know. That's an inside joke. If they're watching right now, if Elaine's watching, she'll be
But
laughing.
it's kind of funny. No, it's because we were talking about Jen, like she wasn't here, and I was like, "Oh, well, maybe if I cover my mouth," but she was sitting on this side, and I'm like, "She can't see what I'm saying right now." We're just weird.
Yeah. So they came over because Jen's going to be babysitting her kitties.
Yes, and Elaine is coming with her too.
Elaine's
They're
coming
both
with
getting
her, and
yeah.
they're going to be babysitting her kitties while we're away next week, which we'll be talking about in a bit.
Yes, and then on Saturday we were in York at Forest Hill with Lori and influencer
Rosie,
And these are our gnomes. I did it on purpose.
That's me.
And this is
I have a beard.
Gon-
I said it looks like Mr. and Mrs. Claus. Your face is cut off. I need to kneel down a bit. So these Mr. and Mrs. Claus, we're gonna put them in our Christmas tree. Because they're so cute. Thank you, Rosie.
They're adorable. I love them. I'm having a hard time with his
We'll
glasses
put 'em back
right
after.
now. I'll put his glasses back.
Yeah.
Or her.
Yeah.
Apparently I look like Mrs. Claus.
Yeah.
Ho ho ho.
Yeah. Well, you do, don't you? That was a joke. I'm not with Mrs. Claus. Wouldn't want to be with Mrs. Claus.
I'm a little
actually.
thinner than Mrs. Claus, I think, now.
Someone had asked a question about how long we've been on WW. We actually started the first time in 2011. So
Yep.
we've actually been doing WW for almost 9 years now. But we didn't succeed till 2018. So it took us 7 years to be able to actually figure out how to do this and how it works for our lifestyle.
And what happens too is every single time we did it, we learned a new
lesson.
Actually, we learned our three major things that we always talk about.
Mind, body, and soul.
Mind, body, and soul. And really, how we learned them originally was soul, which was the first thing, because that soul, we've always loved recipes and cooking. So we never had the cooking part of the recipes was always a fun part for us.
Yeah.
The body part, which is activity, was the second time we went around where we started doing actual the stairs and the walking, which was great.
And mind.
And this final part was where it finally all connected everything. When we finally realized that it was all in our heads.
It's all in our heads.
This whole transformation has to happen here before it can happen anywhere else.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds funny, but when this actually clicks,
everything follows.
this follows, and it's insane. And I know it's not as, people don't think it's as easy as that, but it does happen. It does happen.
So on Sunday we were at Hamilton today.
That was today.
This morning we're at Hamilton Upper James with Jeff, who was the leader. There was over 100 people at that workshop.
It was crazy.
It was packed. There was people standing and
in the back.
Yeah, there was not enough room for everybody to just take a seat. And it was amazing. We saw Kira, we saw Lynn, we saw so many, Corey.
Yes, Corey, and
so many
oh my
people.
goodness, so many people.
Yeah, it was great. We had so much fun today, and we love sharing our story. We love being on tour. I know that a lot of people are asking on.
Michelle says it was awesome. Thanks, Michelle.
I know there's a lot of people on here right now watching and saying that
come to our place, come to Stratford.
Email us, www.gays@gmail.com for tour locations. And today's Hamilton location was the final stop.
Kelly! Yes, Kelly brought me coffee.
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Mwah. Thank you, Kelly.
So we realized, we didn't realize, we finished, today was our last tour stop that we scheduled for January, for the first stint.
Yes.
So now round 2 is going to start in March, and I was working on it yesterday.
And we actually put a teaser out there.
Yeah, a teaser out there on our Facebook group about the possible locations we'll be going. It's not finalized yet. I still have to tweak some stuff because some stuff won't make sense anymore, so I have to move stuff around. But once we know, we will be releasing it first on our group like we always do, because that's where you guys get the first exclusive messages in our Facebook group. And then once we let WW know, then we'll announce it to everyone else.
Janet, the click will come, and I know that sounds funny, and I know you want it to be now, but sometimes
it takes time.
Sometimes, and I will say this, it's almost like when I was saying for the longest time I was single and I would never find someone, and I never find someone, and then boom, out of the blue, out of nowhere, when I finally had just told myself I would never find someone, I found him.
Yeah.
And that's almost like this time, where we almost thought that we would never be able to do what we've done, and it just happened, and the biggest part of it was believing in ourselves.
Yeah.
So believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Stop saying you need it. Maybe say I want it, but don't give it a now.
Yeah.
You want it, and it's okay to want that click. And then all of a sudden that click will just happen and you won't even realize it.
So the other thing that's going on right now is a tracking challenge. So if any of you are doing a tracking challenge, please track, guys. We've been tracking all week, even though we had off days. We've still been tracking because every wellness wins you put into your app. Is it for activity, at your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, your snacks, you're going to workshops, all those points count. And right now we were at, I think I saw an email, we were at like 12 million, or 12% of the 20 million. So we still have a lot of work to do, guys. So let's track, okay? Let's make sure we all track.
Yes, tracking.
Share your trackers and encourage everyone to track this week, please. Help us out. Let's get this. We want to donate food. We want to get that 20 million amount.
Exactly.
So let's all work together on this. We'll try to post our trackers.
We're gonna start posting our trackers every day and making sure that they're up there. And even if you don't, even if you're over your points, as long as you've tracked them, that's the important part. Is getting used to tracking.
Yeah. So that's one thing we want to talk about. The other thing that we want to update you on was our weigh-ins this week. Like we said, we actually went to a workshop weighed-in.
Yep.
I weighed in at 183.4, so I was down 1.6 pounds. If everybody else wants to share their successes on the chat, please go ahead. And my overall loss is 105.6, so I'm getting closer back to my goal weight, which is 164.
And I weighed in at 185.8, which is down a pound this week, which is fantastic for me. I'm super proud about that. Down 5.8. Wow, that's amazing, Heather.
That's
amazing. Down 2.9. Down 2.
Tracy's 2.
Kangaroo Club Kicks. Down 2. Let's love it.
Yeah. That's awesome. So we're doing great, guys. Back to basics is working for us, and we're gonna stick to it. Even our cruise, our vacation that we're going on next week, which is I guess the next thing we'll talk about.
Well, because we already talked about the body.
Yeah. So next week we're actually taking a break. There will be no live show next week, everyone.
No live show.
We are on vacation.
We might go live if we can on the actual ship. But we'll see if it
last
works.
time.
If it
Yeah.
works, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We
Yeah.
can't promise, but we're in Key West on Monday.
Yeah, but we're not there overnight.
True.
So
True.
we'll see what
We'll
we
see
can
what we
do,
can do.
guys.
We'll
Yeah.
see what we can do. We might not be able to. There won't be any videos or anything like that. Our
Yeah.
vacation videos will come out after.
Yes, but what we'll be doing all week is we'll be posting pictures of our meals, of activities we're doing,
Yeah.
places we're visiting, pictures of us, pictures of, my mom. My mom's gonna be on pictures because she's gonna be all
Yeah.
over the place. So you'll see my mom a lot.
Thank you, Kim. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. We
Yeah.
are. It's gonna be weird still at the same time because there's still so much. Life is still happening,
Yeah.
right? We're going on vacation, but life is still happening. But
Yeah.
we're gonna make sure we still have a good time. We have to, right?
So we got some new, so again, for the tour update, like I said, we'll be releasing new tour dates soon. If you want to see them come up and you want to see them come up early, go on our Facebook group. But there were some submissions this week that I want to talk
Yes.
about. So
We got one from Anne from Sherwood Park in Alberta.
we got one from Susan G for Concord, so another Concord location.
A lot of
request.
people at Concord want us to
Yeah,
be
that's
there on
the
a
seventh
Saturday or
request.
Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Saturday actually.
Saturday.
There's Marlene actually for Battleford, Mississauga.
So Marlene actually requested us for Saturday. We actually did
We've
Battleford
been
Sunday.
so we will go back to a Saturday workshop
Wow,
on
good
Battleford.
point.
No promise. And then Angela asked us for Orleans and Ottawa.
Yeah. And then Rose Kavanagh, so Rose is one of the coaches here. She asked us for St. Paul's United Church, a weekday workshop,
Yes.
as well as Hope United Church, another weekday
And I
workshop.
think there are Tuesdays and Thursdays, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
Yeah. So those are all the submissions. And again, guys, our tour is being built by you. We are not picking locations unless we get emails that say, I want you here. And so if you want us to show up, send us an email at www.gays@gmail.com. And there's a lot of people in this chat right now who have seen us on tour. So
Yes.
guys, let them know what it is to have us on tour. Share it. Maybe if you guys, if someone wants to post on the group about how our visit was, and then you can let other people and tell them how to have us visit, please do it because you guys are getting the word out for us. We can't.
And another thing I want to reiterate too and
Yes.
talk about is the hashtag February Wise project.
Yes.
So we last Sunday asked our famous influencer Rosie Lewis, who's right there on YouTube, to start this new project. And we are posting the month every day on our group our whys. Why are we doing WW? What are your whys? And we want you to post one why for every day. You can number them if you want. You don't
Yeah.
have to, but it's up to you. But post a why every day and hashtag
February Wise.
February Wise, please.
Okay, so it's just something to show everyone that there's more than, and by reading other people's whys, you might realize your own whys.
Yeah.
And then you might then become one of your whys. And you know what's great, guys? Write these down.
Yeah.
If you see them someone you like, write them down, put them on your fridge. Always have that in places where you struggle the most, so that when you walk up, you'll be like, oh right, there's 100 reasons why I don't want to have that chocolate bar right now, and you'll see that right there on the fridge. What are you doing?
Shakira.
Shakira?
Yeah, she's
Corn!
on right now. Corn.
Oh, Shakira's on right now? Okay, so the next thing we want to talk about, we are climbing the CN Tower on April 5th, and we want you to join us.
Come with us, Kira.
Come with us, climb with us,
Just
Kira.
letting you know.
You'll enjoy it, Kira. Climb with us.
Climb with us. You too, Kelly. Climb
Yeah.
with us, Kelly.
Everyone, come climb with us.
Climb with us.
We know you guys can do it.
We're
Because-
influencers.
Because you know what, guys, we are planning. This time, we're actually gonna try to do it as a group. I'm not gonna race up the stairs this time.
Nope.
We want to try to support whoever's climbing with us. So we will actually try to climb
Yay,
with everyone.
Amanda!
So everybody,
Amanda's going to climb. I love it.
perfect. So if you guys are interested about looking at the CN Tower climb to join us, there's actually an event on Facebook about it. Or if you want to sign up, go to the WWF website, the World Wildlife Fund, and look for WW Gays team, and then you'll be able to join us. Join our
And
team.
again, our climb date is April 5th.
Yes, the Sunday.
Yeah, the Sunday. And then once you do register, we will create. Do we already have the Facebook?
Yes, it's already created.
We already have a Facebook group event
Yeah.
that's being posted. And then what we'll do is we'll post stuff in the event when we're meeting, what we're doing, and things like that.
And also, we're still doing our cruise with Jean-Luc and Nick, so you can still sign up for that for November 2020.
November 2020?
There's details on our Facebook
Yes.
page as well for that.
So next week, there is no video next week, guys.
Yeah.
No live show
no
next
live
week.
show. So if anybody asks, we're taking our vacation next week. So
Yes.
1 week off, and then we'll be back the week after that.
Yes.
The only thing I want to remind you of, remember we have a Facebook group. You can join us there.
Yeah, our P.O. Box is P.O. Box 91152, Bayview Village, Willowdale, Ontario, M2K2Y2.
2Y6.
2Y6.
You
I
do
don't know
that
why I
every
say
week.
2Y2 because our old one at Mississauga. 2X2.
Yeah, so
2Y6.
You're mixing
Sorry,
with
2Y6. So again,
M2K 2Y6.
watch. Look at this.
Yeah, put it on the screen. We also have our email, www.gays@gmail.com, and you can also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest. And if you are in Canada, you can follow us on Connect. We're both on Connect as well if you are in Canada. So that's it, guys.
That's it for tonight, guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna miss you all, but you
Yeah.
guys will see us, and we'll be posting still,
Yeah.
and you'll get to see what we're doing.
You take the elevator
Thanks,
back
Cynthia.
down. Yeah, you take the elevator back down from this entire climb.
Yes. Elevator. Oh wow, I can crouch that. We only had one elevator in our condo for the last little while. And okay, I gotta actually tell them about this. So this is actually kind of funny. So Nick's mom and my aunt are coming on the cruise with us.
Yes.
And so last week we've been having issues with our elevator in our condo, which is great because they're taking care of it. They've been very, very upfront with it and having issues. And so sometimes it's working, sometimes it's not. Very scary. We were in it once when it was shaking and went whoa, whoa, and we're like, let's get out of this elevator.
I have a fear of being stuck in the elevator too, so.
Scary. So anyways, the other day we get an email saying, Wednesday, February 5th, the elevator will be both elevators will not be working between the hours of 1 a.m. and 6 a.m.
We have to catch a flight for 6:30 a.m.
on that day. And we're not on the main floor, we're up in the building. And my aunt, who is older, had some knee surgeries and will not be able to climb all those stairs.
So we had to rent a room.
So we luckily thought of it ahead of time because if we wouldn't have seen this or heard of it, we would have been stuck on our floor. Like, I mean, we could have probably helped her down still, but it would have been a lot harder and it would have taken a lot more time. Plus, we would have had all our luggage to take down. So it kind of worked out in the long run, but it's just hilarious how things happen. And you know what? Why are we going to make a big deal out of something like that when it's something so small that's not going to let us ruin our things? And I think that's one of the things that we've learned a lot in this journey too, is life is going to throw things at you, right? Life is going to throw you all sorts of stuff.
Curveballs,
And you just have to learn how to, it's okay to throw your hands up in the air and get frustrated, but then you have to sit down and realize that you're just going to have to deal with it. And Kelly Clarkson said it best, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed our live show, subscribe by hitting the subscribe button. Please hit the like button and share this video. Everybody always asks us, how can we help you guys? Like we go to meetings and people at workshops. It's like, how can we help you guys? Share our content. If you guys like our recipes, if you guys like our live shows, there's a share option in YouTube, and you just click on it and share it to your friends and family or your Facebook groups. And that helps us out so much because that's how we get other people to start watching us. And then if more people watch us, we get to visit more locations. So if you guys can please click the like button and share, that'd be great. And we can't wait to see you guys live in 2 weeks.
Yes.
If you want to follow us on our trip.
We will be back on the 16th of February.
Yes,
We will have just gotten back from the cruise the day before. And I love what Michelle just said. Michelle Robinson just said on YouTube. Remember, failure is an event, not a person. And I love that. That is such an amazing thing to think about. So stay positive, everybody.
Thank you so much for watching, and have a great week.
Have a fantastic week. See you in 2 weeks.
Don't forget, follow us on Instagram for all our I guess Facebook, for all our trip pictures.
And now I would love to put it like a beach.
I'll do the...
Look at. I'm gonna do this.
No, because we might have music.
No.
He's gonna make something messed up.
I will not mess anything up.
And we'll get dinged and YouTube will be mad.
I will not.
Bye everyone. Thank you. Thanks. Bye Kim. Bye Lynn. Bye Michelle. Thanks so much. We will enjoy our vacation.
Day at the beach.
Well, yes, we probably will have a Starbucks on the vacation because we will be out of town. So if Florida will have Starbucks, we will probably have one for sure. Mom, we're gonna have Starbucks, right? So thanks everyone for watching.
Video.
Are you good?
It's not working.
Okay.
Oh,
We'll see you guys later.
Beach video.
There we go. But there's sound, see?
It's you won't turn that off.
Okay, ready to dive in? 1, 2, 3.